Hello everyone and welcome to episode 16 of the Infantry Horde playthrough. Now, apologies, that army's moved from there to there. I just did a little pre-test. I noticed, I'm probably going to tell you this now, you're going to go back and it's going to irritate you as much as it did me. Every time I spoke into my microphone, there was like a high-pitched whine right in the background. Now, if you were playing through a phone, you couldn't really hear it very well, but if you were listening through a headset, it was there. Now, if you didn't notice it, that's fine. I noticed it. It was really bothering me. So I've been spending a bit of time adjusting my audio, and I think that's gone now. And also in the last video, I had to reduce the gain so much to get rid of the high-pitched whine that the gate wasn't opening quite quick enough for my words to come through, so it sounded a bit choppy. So that should have gone as well. I apologise about all the issues we've had with audio this playthrough. It's been a nightmare. Go XLRs are terrible. Don't buy one. They are absolutely diabolical. I spoke to a friend of mine who's a sound engineer and he's going to help me put together a new sound system probably next year when I can afford to put the layout in place. But yeah, apologies. It should sound a lot better now. If there are any other issues with sound, then please let me know and I'll look into it. So with that being said, let's crack on. So I did a little test video just to make sure, but I didn't actually do anything. Objectives of today are I'm going to switch over to two-handed or polearm, one or the other. Reason being, I think I've pretty much maxed out what I can get. Recruitment cost of infantry. I mean, both of those are good. The party limit one will help us a lot more. Yeah, anyway. I think we're pretty much, the learning rate's really, really low on that now. The learning rate's low on this, but we've got no focus points into it. So I think if I use two-handed or polearms for a little bit, we might build up enough focus points to be able to sort of escalate that. Because there's things like thick hides, we want that. +5 hit points to the troops in our party. We also want phalanx, wherever that one is. Oh, that's in the polearm one. That one there as well. Is it phalanx we want? No, it's not phalanx we want. Which one is it? That one. Hardy front line. +5 hit points to troops in your party. So we've already got the bonus armor from here, I believe. Yeah. So you got +10% armor while on foot for me personally, +5% to all equipped armor pieces for foot troops in your formation. So everybody's got +5 to every armor piece that they've got, which is great. And then from one-handed, we should have got something good as well. Yeah, that one. Deadly Purpose. +10 melee weapon damage by infantry in your formation, which is what we wanted. From this one, we kind of want thick hides. And then from this one, we want the hardy front line. And obviously, all these perks will help against cavalry. So there's really two pathways through polearm. Either one pathway is increasing your ability to use a polearm on horseback. The other one is your ability to use a polearm on foot. So obviously, we're going to go with the foot stuff. That sounded weird. We're going to go with the foot-orientated perks. There we go. And then with two-handed, this will help the line breakers a lot. So currently they're not getting any perks because I don't have really any skills in two-handed. So once we get our skills up, they will get some perks. And some of them are really, really good, like Shield Breaker's good. So 10% damage against shield by troops in your formation. Their axes already have Shield Breaker, and it's a stackable perk. So they'll be cutting through the front line really, really quickly. So that's the plan. It would be better for me to forge two-handed swords because I can forge better than what's available in the shop. And I also want to do it for everyone. So some people have got a little bit of two-handed skill, some people haven't. Some people are still working on their one-handed. Oh, to be fair, Coalbiter's got quite a bit of two-handed. Might leave him on one-handed for now. I don't know. Like the surgeon there, he's got diddly squat on anything. But he's capped out on his one-handed, so he might as well start using two-handed. He's got a bit of polearm as well, so it might actually be worth giving him a polearm for a while. For the polearm, we'll use a glaive. Somebody in the comments mentioned, why don't you just go and buy a glaive? Glaives, I mean, I've got open source armory on, so my availability from the shops is a bit different to what it normally is anyway. Glaives are incredibly rare in the core game. So if you see one, buy it. And they're normally really expensive as well, about 15k, I think. So it would be cheaper and probably quicker for me to buy enough materials to smith my way up to learn how to make a glaive and then make one myself than it would be to buy one. So, but we'll keep our eyes open. Britannia is a great place to buy two-handed swords, just to save us a bit of time on crafting them until we've got enough materials. I don't want to do a farming video where I spend an hour farming materials together. That's just boring. Yeah, you see, Swift's got space for two-handed. Green's just an absolute diabolical menace in every way, shape, and form. So she's got everything. She's probably never going to gain another focus point. No, I don't think she will. Because all the things she's skilled in are pretty much capped out for the most part. Ah well. Worst things have happened. Then we got the Mad. Yeah, you can do a bit of two-handed. The Boar's pretty much already up to his limit. Horse Thief as well. The good thing about two-handed is because you do so much damage with each hit, it levels quite quickly. So let's get into Vostrum. Have I got any materials? I have absolutely nothing. I have a lot of stuff though. But again, we're supposed to be trying to save up for starting our own kingdom. What's the prize? Spiked helmet with face mask. No. Let's see what happens here, because this 1,100, surely they're going to do something. I'm going to take these guys. I'm going to wait on the outskirts, and then I'm going to take these guys. Because they're not going to be able to catch up with the main army because of their coordination loss. I think they're far enough away. I'm going to drop a quick save here. They should be far enough away that the main army won't get involved, but we'll see.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's fine. Surrender or die. You heard me. Fight, peasant. We're not in the forest. We don't have advantage, so we'll fight this one out.
Hear me!
Do I have boar? Yeah, boar. So where's your 200 skill? 275. Coalbiter's got a better 200, hasn't he? 200, 140 he has. So I'm going to put Coalbiter in charge of those guys. And then we'll head up to... I don't think we're going to be able to do much more in the way of
Infantry! Forward! Footmen!
wars with the Southern Empire. They've just not got the numbers to contest. So if that 1,000 attacks one of the one of the towns, there's only one town. Who's that guy? Brother.
Infantry! Move! Form a square! Infantry move! Form a square!
I'll do the same thing I did before. I'll try and snag a horse and then fail miserably at using my javelins to dismount other horses. Miss. Ah! Gotcha. Got you as well. Right. This is probably a really bad idea. How did that not hit anyone? Now, bizarrely, just soaks up a javelin to the back. Nice. Bizarrely, if you knock off a Khan's Guard or whatever from their horse, even if their horse is right next to him, oh, for God's sake, they will not try to remount it. They'll just basically give up. So I'm going to keep chasing down, but I'm not going to go for the Khan's Guard because I don't fancy getting a glaive pushed up my ass. Yeah, I'm going to get squibbed if I don't get off this horse. Right, some of their guys are starting to draw their weapons, so they might be getting low on ammo. Yeah, you can see some of them are holding their glaives out. They'll be the guys that have run out of ammo. That Khazate Nomad just ate dirt. I think he died as well. Yeah, he did. Bless him. Here they come. I think this is group 2 actually.
Move! Soldier! Charge! Infantry! Move!
Yeah, we got some quick wins from that. Yep, I think they're running off to join their cavalry now. Yep. Oh,
Footmen forward! Soldier, move forward!
so that's a change to their behaviour. Because before, when they ran out of ammunition, they just used to charge into you like normal cavalry. Now they seem to retreat.
Footmen, move! Infantry, move!
I'm going to grab this horse, actually it's going to be faster on horseback. Just to move the guys around, not necessarily for fighting. Still carrying that mace, aren't I? Get rid of that. Now they've run off to a defensive position. They're going to do what
Infantry, move!
everybody else
Infantry,
does,
forward!
because the AI is dumb in this game. Of they're going to expend their archers, and then when their archers are expended, they'll just wait there until my infantry charges them and use the cavalry as a flanking force. Now, we're not going to allow them to do that, because we're going to get so close. My big batches of dudes here, that they won't have a choice but to fight us in close combat. And as long as I don't go down, they shouldn't start chasing the horses. That's the danger here. If I go down, and they start chasing the horses, then we're in trouble. Because that's when we lose guys.
Footmen, move!
If they
Tell them move!
maintain their square formation, we shouldn't
Infantry,
lose
move!
hardly anybody.
Forward! Infantry, move! Infantry, forward!
And if you've seen my videos before where I sort of talk about the best infantry, if you look at the front of that group now, if you look at that battalion guy in the middle, look how much of his body's exposed behind his shield. So his hitbox is way bigger than his shield is. So he's going to take arrows. Whereas the guys behind the sturgeon shields, they won't. I think he just took an arrow there.
Footmen, move! Infantry, forward!
And to the guy in the comments that said that the ratio was a bit off on the spearmen to line breakers, I absolutely agree with you. I'm going to try, as we lose line breakers, I'll replace them with spearmen until we get to about a 60-40 split. Because there are parts of this line here, like here, look, where there's only one shield before you get to squishy guys in the middle. Is that an Imperial recruit just like chilling in the middle? That's cute. So here come the cavalry. But they won't charge, they'll do that thing where they sort of harass, they'll move out and then move back in again.
Infantry,
I
move!
just realised I have a banner, but my
Infantry, forward!
other captain doesn't. He needs one. If we can get one for ranged attack damage, that'll help. That's that wildling dead. I told you his shield wasn't sufficient.
Infantry, move!
Got to hold our nerve here a little bit. Oh, that's a glaive. I don't want to be messing around with that. Oof. Yeah, there's crossbows in there. One of them hit me, that's what hurt. So I need to get to shelter. Excuse me, boys. Mind if I use you as a meat shield? Cheers. There isn't much in the way of cavalry left. Yeah, it's the line breakers, look. 4 of them are down. The nomads are down. The wildling went down, but I expected him to. If this was a group of wildlings, we would have lost significantly more dudes.
Footmen, move forward! Attack!
We're going to go after the archers. So those crossbowmen are taking our guys apart at the minute.
You bastard! Soldier! Charge! Move! Move! Infantry forward!
So now comes that important part of resisting the urge to just charge in. I mean, this is annoying, but if we didn't do this, we've seen it before where they pick off 1 or 2, 1 or 2, 1 or 2. We lost 9 line breakers in this one. Is there a spear down here? There we go. Can I have that? Ugh. We lost more than I would have wanted to there. Hmm. This Khan's Guard are no joke. I'm just trying to think how we could have played that a little bit better, and I think, to be honest with you, it's just the fact that the line breakers, that there's too many of them. I'm going to do a quick donation cycle to get those troops skilled up that I just recruited. Spearmen into infantry, yeah, that's fine. Thing is, the Legionnaires, they're actually really good troops, so we could do with some Imperial guys. They're an okay stand-in for Spearmen. The only reason I'd rate Spearmen above Legionnaires is Legionnaires don't get a spear. They only get a, what they call a pilum, which is either a short spear or a one-shot throwing weapon, which is pretty pants against cavalry. So they end up getting absolutely taken out by cavalry, which is not great. I don't know why I'm doing this now. I should really top up with Imperial troops first. It says top up. There's 2 available. Well, that sucks. Let's go to this village here. That's a little bit better. Let's go to this village here. Where'd that 1,000 troops go? That way. Even if I can get these to veteran infantrymen, they'll be a lot better than not having anything. Veteran infantrymen get throwing weapons. Oh, got more Valga recruits. I don't know how you pronounce that really. They turn into, what would you call it? Cavalry. Don't want Azerai. Azerai veteran infantry are a bit pants. Set to Donostica. Nothing? Awesome. 1. That's not really helpful, let's be honest. Lord of mercy, all the villages are empty. See, that 1,000-strong army doesn't really know what to do with itself. Because it is of a size. It is of a size that is big enough to do something. But the last town has a garrison. So if you look at the town here, it's got 944 people in it. 1,100 troops is not enough to take that town. So they don't have enough troops to take the last town, but the army's too big to chase down the smaller groups, so they're kind of just stuck running in circles around here with nothing really to do. But that's fine. We'll keep fighting the smaller groups and taking advantage of that. We just need to get some better troops on board. I'm not going to do the weapons, because we can smelt down the weapons for blacksmithing materials. Same applies for the throwing weapons. Oh. The moment I speed up. Right, because Dark Hands are okay. The infantrymen go to the veteran infantrymen, which are good. It goes to the legionary, which are very good. The Oathsworn, they've got the same problem with their shields not being big enough. These guys have got the same problem, the Dark Hands, as much as they are very good, and their shield hit points is on par with, such as a heavy spearman or a legionary, their shield just does not cover a lot of their body. So with the perk to increase the shield range that you can block projectiles from, it only expands it by about that much around the edge. So for such as a heavy spearman, that means it covers the majority of his head. Like that. Because it's a percentile increase. So if you haven't got a lot to start with, you're not getting a lot back. If you've got a big shield to start with, you're getting a bigger radius back. So, such as these guys, they're not getting a great radius. They get shot in the feet, shot in the head, shot in the hands. They'll just fall over. And this is what really hurts the Khazate. Yes, the Khan's Guard are the best horse archers in the game, bar none. They're incredibly effective when a player's using them and can put in some advanced strategy. Unfortunately, the infantry that they've got are crap, to be honest. The infantry is not very good at all. I mean, even these Wicker shields, as much as they cover a big area, they've got really low hit points, so they can't stand ground for very long before they'll fold. And then when they get through, these guys are just wearing cloth. Their armor value is really, really low. And if you look at the whole troop tree, so then we get to Spearmen. And again with Spearmen, still got the Wicker shield, which hasn't got a lot of hit points. And then their armor is pretty subpar on what you'd expect for a tier 3 troop. Then you get to the Spear Infantry, which on paper look good. They've got an okay armor, but they've still got that Wicker shield with 340 hit points. 340 is not a lot of hit points for a shield at all. And then they finally get up to this stage where they've got 380 hit points on their shield, but their shield's so small they can't really do anything with it. And their armor, as much as it's good, it's not as good as such as a Valadian Sergeant or a Imperial Legionary. So let's compare the T3 Infantryman. So his head armor leaves a lot to be desired. His armor's not the best. However, his shield, as much as it's only got 280 hit points, if you look at it, it's one of those kite shields that covers your entire body from head to toe. So it makes them much more effective. And they've also got throwing weapons, which makes them very effective. And then when they go up to the Veteran Infantryman, this is where you switch out to the Pelham. They've now got a reinforced kite shield with 350 hit points. Their armor, again, is pretty good. And then they get to Legionary, where they've got 530 hit points in the fortified kite shield, which is a huge kite shield, with really good body armor, really good armor all over, really. These guys are tough as nails. The only thing that lets them down is that Pelham. So that's why I personally prefer to use, if I was going to be running anything, it's either going to be the Spearman, because the Sturgeon Heavy Spearman has very good armor, one of the best helmets in the game, very good swords, 500 hit point shields, but it's a massive shield. So these guys can hold their line very well, and they've got a spear. They don't have a Pelham, they have a spear, which is a very good spear because it's fine steel, and they'll do a lot of damage with it. So when you look, you've got their thrust damage at 35, doesn't seem like a lot, but what you've got to consider is when horses are charging towards you, that movement speed bonus is added to the spear, which is why they do so much damage against charging horses. And then obviously your other option would be your Valandian Sergeants. These guys, again, their body armor is probably their weakest point at 34. Good helmet. Overall, they've got solid equipment, but they've got that long, fine steel spear again, and they've got a fulled cavalry mace, or a rigid arming sword, which is a brilliant sword, or a spiked battle axe. So either way, they get a really good close combat weapon. So these guys, for me, I would use these if I wasn't using spearmen, but I'd always use spearmen because I feel these are, personally, probably the best infantry in the game for the way that I use them. And then obviously your shock troops. I'll be honest with you, the shock troops, the only ones that I wouldn't go with would be these guys, the veteran Volksmen. Their weapon is really good when it hits, but once you get into the thick of close combat, because it's a polearm and it's long, so you look at weapon length there is 203. I've seen them on castle walls where if they hit you, yeah, they're going to kill you, but hitting you is a problem because they're constantly getting chamber blocked by everything around them. It's hitting a wall, it's hitting a door, it's hitting another troop. They just can't get the swing off. If you compare that to such as a Valandian Volgia, here we go. So this is the Valandian shock trooper. His polearm is a lot shorter, so it doesn't get chamber blocked as much, but still has the same problem. So then if you go and you look at Sturgia's line breakers, Not that one, not that one, that one. Drill two-handed axe. That's only 116, so it's much shorter in range, but it's just as powerful. So these guys do really, really well. And then I'd say my second favourite shock troop would actually come from the Azerite tree, and it's this guy. So he's got throwing axes just like the Linebreaker, but he's also got an Executioner's Axe, which again is not that long, but does a lot of damage. So he can still swing it in close combat when he's in the thick of it. So these guys are really effective as well. And then T3, I would say, is probably this guy. And I don't know how to pronounce his name. Menevliaton? Something like that. They've got decent armor, to be fair. They're on par with like a Valandian sergeant in their armor, so the armor's really, really tough. But they get this weird specific spear that is a bit longer, but hits really, really hard. But this is a swinging spear, not a well, it can stab, but it's predominantly a swinging spear. So you'll see these overheading all the time, and because their weapon's a little bit shorter, again, same as the Volga from the Valandian tree, they do get their hits off more frequently. But these guys I've found don't get chamber blocked as much. I don't know why, they just don't. But they are tough units to come up against. But I would always take a Palace Guard or a Linebreaker above one of these guys. Anyway, jibber jabber about troops aside, let's get back into it. We've used up all our armor, that's fine. Didn't mean to do that. Doop-de-doop-doo. Why am I not getting any XP? Did I not level anybody up? I didn't. I'm an idiot. My bad. Done. I got distracted talking about troops. You can do the game, to be fair, with any troop. Like, there's not a part of the game that you can't complete unless you're using an absolutely min-maxed army. It just helps if you know which troops are more likely to result in a win. Right, that's as much as I'm willing to invest. The rest of it we need for kind of blacksmithing and such, so we'll do that. They want to join? Recruit all. Done. Done. Right. We're up to 162, but some of these guys are squishies, so let's not get too excited. Let's find someone to fight. Army of 1,000. Oh, he's going for the town. He's going for the town. He's not going for the town. Oh, I got all excited. Can I...
Halt right there.
Oh, crap.
Now then, tell me your name before we cross swords.
Uh-oh. Damn it. We got away. I thought we'd make it inside. You know what? Now we will. Lost some troops. We didn't lose as many as we would have lost if we'd have tried to. We would have lost everybody if we tried to fight that. Best we can do now is fight this siege out and see if we can get some payback for the guys we lost. Ah, I feel so stupid. I genuinely thought that we made it into the town before they got there then. Alright, we'll do the ambush. Teach this mofo a lesson for messing with us. Oh, that hit me in the feels, that did. I'm proper gutted about that.
Under my orders!
And the thing is, we won't even get like a... we won't even get a great reward from this because we're only putting 80 men into it.
Everyone,
So we're going to instruct everybody to attack the defenders first. Alright. That's a bit of plot armor. Jesus. I literally can't hit him. What the hell's that about? Oh, because he's on my team. Alright, here we go, boys.
Sergeants in charge! Infantry! Make a shield wall!
So this is the kind of gate that you can defend if you've got enough infantry almost indefinitely.
Infantry!
So you just spread your guys, a little bit of an overlap
Forward!
on the gate. And if you've got enough men, like say like you had another 20 or 30 here, you should be able to hold that pretty much indefinitely. Our guys will stay off the walls until something of interest happens. Might pick up a bow just for a laugh. Throw my javelins away. I'll throw the mace away actually. And one set of javelins. I'll pick up a bow. Yoink. Ow. Ah, got you. My lack of bow skill is becoming very apparent. Are they retreating? No. Where's the infantry? Archers, get out the way, please. Guys, move! This is dumb. Oh, there's the big bad luck. Right, get back to your jobs. I thought he'd already been up and been downed. Into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. And stop putting your shield at you coward. I'm getting shot. How is he blocking me from the side? That's not even getting hit, that's getting shot. This is going so sideways, and mainly because our infantry can't get to the bloody wall, because all the archers didn't get out of the way in time. Get me through. Idiots. Once the heavy spearmen actually make it into the fight, we might be able to do something. Alright. Group 2's dead, which means they've taken that wall.
Infantry! Follow me!
Oh, they can't take that wall because there isn't a ladder there anymore.
Infantry! Kill them all!
No.
Footmen! After me! Infantry! Move! Move!
Then when I gave them the command to charge, they were going to go downstairs and open the gates. Can't actually see what's going on. There's a big old mess there, isn't it? We won, but that could have been a lot better if, like, because if you look on this side, this is still predominantly archers. Now, what's supposed to happen is as soon as they start rushing the walls with ladders, the archers are supposed to take off into the towers or to other parts of the walls. And this whole group of infantry that we have down here are supposed to take their place. But they didn't get there until much later on during the fight, so we probably lost a lot more archers than we needed to. It's just a bit dumb. But then again, it is what it is. Oh, we won 67% of the loot. That might be because it was predominantly my men. I'm taking all of these guys prisoner, and the reason being, I'm going to cash them all in for influence. Wow, we lost half of our... Oh, no, we didn't. We lost half of our number before then. Yeah, that's fine, whatever. Get rid of the heavy axeman, I'm not bothered about him. Give me some low-level infantry that I can train up. Go tier... He'll become a sergeant, he'll be alright. Recruits, they'll become legionaries, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We'll stop there. Done. Yes. I got some decent loot out of it, I suppose. So, we now desperately need to go and get some more troops. So the best place to get them from is obviously Sturgia, but that's a long walk through enemy territory, because these guys have got property everywhere. So our best bet is just to recruit from the surrounding imperial towns. Oh, shoot, I forgot to cash in my prisoners. Go to the keep. Donate troops to garrison. Not troops, sorry. Go to dungeon. Dungeon limits exceeded. Okay. Where's the nearest castle? It's owned by you guys. You don't have one. Right. So I can't give them back to you. That's fine. They can chill with me for a while then. I got a level up. Yeah. Where are we putting this today? Charm. Yup. Charm. Done. One troop. Is that it? That's sad. Who's got some decent infantry nearby? Nobody. Looks like we're going to have a predominantly Imperial army for a while. Western Empire just went to war with the Sturgians. On left. Come on, man. Damn it. Oh, for the love of all that's good and holy. Just give me some troops. Right. I am going to call today's episode here. What I'm going to do offline is run around, gather up some troops, and do some smithing. That's all. At a Phycion. Chase me if you want, buddy. I'll fight you, even with recruits. What I'd do is shortly before we engaged, I'd just like this, Like, just before we engage, at the minute, I'm just full of recruits, so he thinks he can win the fight. So, everyone got upgraded to T2. We've got 15 guys that are ready to be recruited. Recruit all. Done. Done. And then you turbo dump all of your available stuff into getting experience for you guys. Done. And this is kind of why the game won't allow you to do this after you've engaged. So you can do this before you engage, and then be like, haha, ta-da, bigger army, stronger army, you fool. But you can't do this like, once you've spoken to them. You can't do this. This is going to hurt my blacksmithing prospects, but the need for a replacement army is greater for now. Right, so this is the choice that we've got. So, how many line breakers do we have? 28 versus 48. So we definitely need more shieldmen, but we've got a bunch of shieldmen here. It's a very low number of line breakers, so I think we should go half and half on what we've got left. So if we give him 10 of those guys, 3 of those guys, and then the rest get turned into veterans. There we go. See if he still wants to fight. Oh. Right. We'll call today's episode there, and I will be back once I've done a bit of smithing, built up the army a little bit, and then we'll get straight back into it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.